Almost every single Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z episode that you've watched is a lie. I'm not talking about the story or the characters, I'm referring to the actual colours of the anime, the audio and the visual presentation of what you're experiencing. Right now, if you decide to stream Dragon Ball on Crunchyroll or if you dust off those old DVDs, you're watching a degraded, distorted version of what Toei Animation and Toriyama have created. The original Toei film masters of Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z are rotting away in Japanese storage facilities. Their colours are shifting from blue skies to sickly green as the characters go from natural skin tones to looking like they have a lobster pink skin. Now, this was the case until today. We have an all-new Dragon Ball Z color-corrected release that's been done by Seed of Might. While the industry has moved on and we've not had a home release of Dragon Ball for quite a long time, a team of fans called Seed of Might have spent months in the lab as they took on the colossal job of color correcting every single frame of the 291 episodes of Dragon Ball Z, and they've done it in a very scientific way. In this video, I'll be detailing to you why this is the definitive best way to watch Dragon Ball Z and why no other version of the series comes close in comparison. So what exactly is this release? Seed of Might state that they have performed a complete comprehensive color correction for the entire series. It includes shot-by-shot white balancing of every single episode, global hue shifts, skin tone fixes, de-bleaching, and various other fixes. Now, I'll be going over their process in detail in this video and explaining to you why each of these steps were necessary to present Dragon Ball Z in the best way possible. The video footage that they have used contains all of their previous fixes to the Dragon Box video. Again, we'll be going over what each of these things mean in a second. As of making this video, this is their master release for Dragon Ball Z. So to even begin creating a master color corrected version of the series, you need the best source possible. Seed of Might uses a innovative multi-sourced video track as they merge the Region 2 Japanese Dragon Box with the American Region 1 Dragon Boxes. So what's the point of merging two releases from two different regions? Well, the team explains that MPEG-2 compression gives more bitrate to brighter areas, darker areas get less bitrate, and so the image details there are blurrier. Because the American NTSC standard has brighter blacks than the Japanese NTSC-J, the US discs actually preserve more dark detail. Seed of Might merged these sources, taking the superior darks of the US release and combining them with the better mid and bright details of the Japanese release. It is literally better than any single official disc on Earth. They also fixed the pixel aspect ratio. So pixel aspect ratio describes how the width of a pixel compares to its height. Digital devices have a pixel aspect ratio of 1 square pixels, but these weren't the norm when Dragon Ball was produced. When Dragon Ball was animated, the standard analog display could pack more information horizontally than vertically. The industry had to optimize the data on DVDs for the consumer end, but this pixel aspect ratio can only be approximated by DVD players. So the original Dragon Box pixel aspect ratio is 10:11. This 10:11 pixel aspect ratio isn't perfect. Seed of Might tested it and they found a lesser known industry standard of 160 by 177, which looks best overall on Dragon Box. Now, meticulous comparisons were made using circular objects in the video, as they measured circles in the frames like the Dragon Ball itself to ensure the geometry is mathematically perfect. So yeah, the pixel aspect ratio is 160 by 177 and the display aspect ratio is still the standard 4:3. The main feature of this all-new Seed of Might release is the color correction. Seed of Might used the hue saturation and brightness system to describe color objectively rather than just guessing what colors look right for Dragon Ball Z. While white balancing the Dragon Ball DVD footage, they realized that the Dragon Box had 17 to 20% color contamination in the whites of characters' eyes. To fix this, they performed a comprehensive color correction, including shot-by-shot white balancing of every single episode. Every single shot was looked at by a human eye to ensure the whites were neutral and the blacks were pure. But how do they determine what the real colors of Dragon Ball Ball Z are? Well, they used original animation cells as their truth. By scanning actual hand-painted celluloids from 1989 onwards, they could measure the exact hue of the paint. They found that even the cells had variances. Goku's skin could range from 4 degrees to 29 degrees depending on the specific cell. Instead of forcing every frame to match one specific image, they established a consistent viewing experience, ensuring skin tones fall in the correct 12 to 18 degree range. This makes the characters look consistent across all 291 episodes, fixing the aging film stock without altering the original artistic intent. Toei Animation have done such a bad job of preserving the anime, they even threw away their original master audio tapes for the episodes. This is why the Japanese audio option on the home media releases or on streaming platforms sounds so muffled, like it's been recorded underwater.
俺は地球から貴様を倒すためにやってきたサイヤ人。俺は地球から貴様を倒すためにやってきたサイヤ人。穏やかな心を持ちながら激しい怒りによって目覚めた伝説の戦士。穏やかな心を持ちながら激しい怒りによって目覚めた伝説の戦士。スーパーサイヤ人孫悟空だ。スーパーサイヤ人孫悟空だ。
And when fans had tried to offer Toei Animation their home-recorded broadcast audio for free, Toei pretty much said no. Thankfully, from the 80s and 90s, some fans preserved their home video recordings, which groups like Team-Mirolo had professionally restored, thus giving us a full Japanese broadcast audio version of the Dragon Ball series. This release fixes the Japanese audio problem as it includes Team-Mirolo's version 7 Japanese broadcast audio, which uses high-quality VHS and beta TV rips to restore the audio fidelity that Toei has lost. This release also includes the Saban Ocean dub, which is a heavily edited dub of the first 67 episodes of the series. So any sections that have been edited or cut have been filled with Funimation audio. Great care was taken to create seamless transitions, and the very nature of the edits sometimes makes this difficult to do. Now, in addition to this, an original Funimation dub track was also included, and this was sourced from singles DVDs as well as occasional TV and VHS recordings to present the original version of the Funimation dub as it existed before Funimation redubbed the series in 2007. Most episodes have next episode previews pulled from TV airings, along with narration for episodes 67 to 69 and 172 to 194 with the original narrator Dale Kelly. Now, you might be wondering what on earth justifies this release being 1.1 terabytes in total size. Well, it's because they use a massive bitrate designed for grain retention. Unlike official remasters that use aggressive noise reduction to melt the animation lines into a blurry mess, this release preserves the original film texture, and that level of detail requires an immense amount of data to encode. Seed of Might were also able to identify bleached episodes. These were shots where Toei scanners were apparently overexposed, and Seed of Might manually de-bleached the episodes. They lowered the brightness and saturation to restore the depth and contrast that this scanner blew out. As you can see in this example here, the colors look much more natural after their work. Even the subtitles are definitive. For their new color-corrected release, they've touched up their stylized subtitles. Japanese signs have English translations that blend in with the video. And additionally, it includes credit subtitles for all 291 episodes. Each episode has unique credits, so they went through all of this, and it's truly a monumental effort by the Seed of Might team. And I just love how they've stylized the subtitles to match the font of the existing credits. This 1.1 terabyte project is a monument to what Dragon Ball Z could have looked like if the licensors actually cared about the series. For years, we've had to compromise with blue skies appearing green, cropped images, and muffled Japanese audio tracks, but with this release, these compromises are finally a thing of the past. Have a look at these comparison shots. This is how the original Dragon Box looks like, and this is an image of the color corrected footage. The skies appear as a true blue, the whites of Bulma's coat no longer have that color contamination, her hair is also the correct color tone now too. You can see in this shot of Vegeta here, the skies appear really green in the Dragon Box, but with the color corrected footage they appear to be blue now. His skin tone has gone from this reddish tone to looking more natural now, and also the dust clouds don't have that red contamination there too now. You can see here Planet Namek no longer looks overly green, and the skin tones have also been fixed, as here is the color corrected footage here. You can see the difference in the colors here, it's a substantial improvement, and this shot of Videl really does highlight a lot of the issues with the Dragon Box. The skin tones have been properly corrected, the whites of her shirt no longer have that contamination, the skies are a true blue. Yeah, it just looks overall so much more better now. So I do have a link to this release in the description of this video. Seed of Might have undertaken a preservation effort that Toei Animation should have handled themselves. If you want the definitive, high fidelity master version of Dragon Ball Z, well, the search is finally over. This is the best that Dragon Ball Z has looked in years, since the original airing in the 90s. If you've wanted to rewatch the series, then now's your chance. They also have a color corrected version of Dragon Ball as well as Dragon Ball GT and the 2 TV specials of Dragon Ball Z. Going into next year, they're going to be releasing a color corrected version of the movies. I've also linked a Ko-fi account where you can support Seed of Might if you enjoy their releases. JYSZE is one of the admins of Seed of Might, and without him none of this would have been possible. So yeah, definitely head over to his Ko-fi page, send him a donation, give him some support and love, as he spent countless hours on these Dragon Ball releases. And if there's anything that I've forgotten to mention about Seed of Might's Dragon Ball Z release, then let me know by continuing the discussion in the comments. And lastly, thanks for making it to the end of this one, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video.
A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.